guys! So today I'm going to do a very large ocean goddess just like the other one, only this time, as a lot of you awesome viewers have suggested, I'm going to paint the negative side with like a sandy color so it looks like an ocean wave, but it's also the female face, which I think will be awesome. On the original Ocean Goddess, I had done the beautiful iridescent blue. So this is a much larger canvas. Normally I do it on a 10 by 20. So this is the difference. This is a 10 by 20. So you can see it's just a little bit bigger. So this one is a 15 by 30. So, and it's the higher quality ones from Michaels. So it's well-constructed canvas, and what we're going to do is apply the vinyl. So this vinyl I made larger of the female face. So you can get the female face as a download for free on my CraftyJenn art website. There's links in the description, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's been ordering the pre-cut vinyls. I hope you've been having lots of fun creating your paintings with them and following along with the videos. I'm trying to create more silhouettes. I did make a lion. You can't see it, but in honor, I'm going to do one with the lion for the Lion King that just came out. So I'll do one of those on a 10 by 20. So this is just a large female face one. So this one's 50 by 30. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I do sell these pre-cut vinyls. So they're already pre-cut. You just have to, this is what they look like. So this is like a female one, although you get two female faces. And you just have to peel off the vinyl. So I'm going to try and grab a corner. Like so. And the nice part about the vinyl, you gotta be careful not to, so when I cut this, so I had messed up on this one, that's why I'm using it. When I cut it, it didn't cut all the way through on this little piece. There we go. So you just gotta be careful that it doesn't fold in on itself. Alright. I'm going to flip it. The nice part about vinyl is even though it's sticky on one side, you can reposition it. So this is the large female face that I just did. I'm going to change the size on my website so that you guys can get these. So if you want to do a larger one, if you want to buy the pre-cut vinyls. Yeah, so it should be pretty awesome. So you can reposition the vinyl, so you just peel off. So this is the negative side because that's what I want to protect. And I think I like to put it in like the 1/3 area kind of, or 1/4, or I don't know. That way you get nice area for the swipe over here. I'm just repositioning it a bit. So the nice part is you can lift it up, reposition however you need to, till you get it to the point where you like it on your canvas. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's nice, lots of room for the swipe. Gives a nice negative space for the beach or sandy area. I think that's going to look good. So, like most of my recent videos for how to attach, good rule of thumb is to put a coat of gesso onto your paintings first. If you don't, you might have to do some repairs to because sometimes it peels off the gesso that already comes with it, just as an FYI. And I use gloss varnish, Liquid-X gloss varnish. There's a link in the description. And this is what I use to adhere the vinyl to the canvas. So, there's just a little bit left in this, so I'm just going to pour it maybe on this end. I'm going to let it drip out. Yeah, there's hardly any left in this bottle, but I have a big bucket of it, so I just fill the bottle back up. Alright. I'll just put that on its end so it can leak out. So all you want to do to attach this vinyl is you just want to paint right here where the edge is. So if you paint this whole thing, it'll be really hard to get the vinyl off. And it doesn't matter how much you get on this side. And you don't want to paint underneath this edge or you'll get a sharp edge. So you only want to put the Liquid-X gloss right where the face is. So what I do is I just take a little bit on my paintbrush and I just peel up like half of it. And I kind of put it wherever it ends, and I put it back down when as the Liquid-X gloss is wet. So you can see I'm just kind of following where the edge is of the vinyl. Just like so. So I got underneath and on this side of the vinyl. And then what I will also do is I will just coat over top as well. So the Liquid-X gloss is still wet underneath, and that's kind of what you want. And I'm just going to coat on top. So you can see I'm just going over like ½ an inch on both sides. And then all I do is I peel this side back, and I just make sure you don't need a thick layer, you just need a very thin layer. So you don't want to put it on super thick. And Liquid-X gloss varnish actually dries pretty, well, not super quickly, but way quicker than paint and stuff. So you just want to put a thin layer, you don't want a thick layer because it is wet, it will adhere. So you're pushing down with your paintbrush, just like so. And I'm not worried about how much I get on this side, it's just going to be covered by paint. And I'm just making sure that I get on top of the vinyl and also pushing down underneath. So not a thick layer, just a thin layer, because the thicker you put the gloss varnish on, the more it'll stick to the gesso that's already on here, and when I go to peel it off, it'll just rip all that gesso off. But it is fixable. So I'll have up on my blog how to fix it. And then just like that, you can get on the side a bit. Just so it goes over on the edges. There we go. Just like that. So I'm not too worried that this isn't like permanently burnt down or anything, because the pour is going to happen this way. So, and I mean, you could use painter's tape to cover the rest of this if you wanted to, as a precaution, but I'm just going to pour white here and then I'm going to go this way, so it shouldn't really go over too much. So I'm going to let that dry and then mix some colors for the pour for the Ocean Goddess. Okay, so this is dried now. It's got a nice good seal on here. I've mixed up the colors for the Ocean Goddess. So here's the silver. I use Artist Loft. I'm just pushing the silicone down. Let me give you a cost saving tip. I bought this Liquid Basic silver. It's horrible for mixing. I'll show you what it does. It just turns into lumps, if you can see. So when I try to mix Floetrol with it, it just turns into that soupy, lumpy mess. So I find that I have to let it sit in the Floetrol for a few days till it like dissipates inside, but don't bother wasting your money on any Liquid Basic silver. It doesn't really work well for pouring, whereas this Artist Loft silver really does mix nicely. So here's the Artist Loft Metallic Cobalt Blue. So just pushing some of the silicone down. And just white. And then for the dark, I just mix black and blue. So nothing too crazy. You can make it as black as you want, or lighter blue, not quite as dark, up to you. So, okay. So what I'm going to start with is I'm just going to pour a little bit of white over here. So I don't have any silicone in the white. It's so that it'll give the effect. And this is the fun part about acrylic pouring. You get to just pour a bunch on there. Okay, so let's pour some of this really pretty metallic cobalt blue. Maybe in some like swirly whirly. Make sure to get some over the edges. Some of the silver. Trying to fill in where there's areas I didn't get. Okay. And then the dark. Now because I'm doing this kind of as an ocean wave, I'm going to keep the dark mostly to the back here. So it's like the deep blue, I guess. And don't worry about all the paint that spills over, because you can make paint skins. We'll do a few little ones in the front here with it. Okay. Fun, fun. Alright, oh, I need my spray bottle with water in it. So this is just a generic brand spray bottle. This just got water in it. You can use any spray bottle. I'll just take my paper towel. Make sure it's wide enough. Oh, I might have to do 2 of these. We'll see. I can always use the palette knife. So all I do is I spritz a bit onto the paper towel. So I just want the paper towel to be damp and not wet. So I sprayed a bit of water onto the paper towel, and I just want it to be damp. You don't want it to be really wet. And I'm going to pour a bit more white so it goes over the edges here. And a bit more here, so that I can swipe with. Now this is a much larger one, so I might have to do it in 2 passes. Let's see. So I let it pick up a bit of white. And I slowly start to pull up as I get to the back. All right. Leave that in the corner there. Now, if you're worried about the little end piece, don't be, because you can just use a palette knife to pull some of that white and get the end. Now, something I can also do, so I usually just take my finger, get some of the color to, these sides are very thick, so these ones are much thicker than usual. They're like a 2-inch thick side. So, gotta make sure to get them covered. Cover the sides. I haven't even done any torching yet, which I can do. So torching just helps to pop the silicone bubbles. You'll see it'll help create a few more cells. So you can kind of see all the little bubbles popping out. Beauty. Now I can bring it this way a bit more, just to have it, because I kind of want it to come a little bit more from here. So what I could do is I could swipe back and then swipe back over. I know that drives some people crazy, but it does work. So if you think you can't swipe twice, you can swipe twice. It is not impossible. So what I would have to do is spritz another paper towel. And this will probably drive everybody crazy because I'm about to like pull the color back this way. Ooh. And then I'm going to pull it back the other way. Just so that the color starts a little bit closer to where the surf would be, kind of. So I might even pull this down some more before I pull back over. And as you can see, it's starting to cover the face, which is all good. Okay. So I'm going to add a bit more white to pull. Spritzed. Beautiful. Now I'm going to add some heat. You're going to see it really start to separate. Pretty. That's looking much better. Make sure you guys are still going. Yeah. So the face is here. And now I got this beautiful surf into this beautiful ocean with these lovely colors. And these are just going to keep growing as it goes, these cells. So that's going to be pretty cool. I pull this a little bit, just like so. And then wherever there's, I'm just going to cover up the chin. And possibly a little bit more of the forehead. There we go. Beauty. So it's going to take a while to dry. But the cells are just going to keep growing, and that's the kind of beautiful part of it. So I'm going to let them keep growing. And I'll show you guys when it's dry, and we can come back and peel the vinyl off. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who's been buying the pre-cut vinyls from my CraftyJenn website, and also thank you so much for everybody who's been using my Amazon links. I really greatly appreciate it. I know I've been away for a bit. Sometimes life happens and you just gotta deal with things, but I'm trying to make more videos for you and more content. I have a bunch more ideas, and so I greatly appreciate everybody that's stuck with me and continue to watch my channel, and I hope you guys are all enjoying creating your art and having a blast. Thanks so much, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Have an awesome day.